The arrival. The vast expanse of space near the Orion arm of the Milky Way galaxy had always been a hub of interstellar activity. Countless alien civilizations had made this sector their home, establishing trade routes, diplomatic channels, and a delicate balance of power. But on this day, that balance was about to be shattered. A ripple in space-time heralded the arrival of something unprecedented. As if torn from the very fabric of the cosmos, a colossal vessel materialized at the edge of the sector. Its sudden appearance sent shockwaves through the local space traffic control systems, overloading sensors and triggering alarms across a dozen worlds. The ship was unlike anything the galactic community had ever witnessed. Stretching over 10 kilometers in length, its hull gleamed with an otherworldly metallic sheen that seemed to absorb and reflect starlight in equal measure. Massive energy signatures pulsed from its core, dwarfing even the largest known Zirconian dreadnoughts. Aboard the Galactic Council's central space station, Arxon 9, chaos erupted. Representatives from hundreds of species scrambled to make sense of the situation. Emergency meetings were called, defense protocols were activated, and a flurry of encrypted transmissions crisscrossed the sector. Amidst the pandemonium, Xilax, the Arcturian head of the council, struggled to maintain order. His tentacles waved frantically as he addressed the assembly. "Esteemed colleagues, please, we must approach this situation with caution and reason." Xilax's translator boomed across the chamber. "We have no evidence of hostile intent. Let us not jump to conclusions." But Xilax's words did little to quell the rising tide of fear and speculation. The Vexillians, a race of silicon-based lifeforms, insisted on immediate military action. The Kurath, known for their paranoia, demanded the sector be quarantined. Meanwhile, the usually passive Luminarians suggested attempting communication with the mysterious vessel. As debates raged, the colossal ship maintained its position, motionless against the backdrop of stars. Its presence alone was enough to disrupt trade routes and send nearby colonies into a state of emergency. Hours passed, and still no communication came from the vessel. Then, without warning, a transmission burst forth from the ship. It bypassed all known encryption protocols and appeared simultaneously on every communication device in the sector. The message was short, delivered in the common galactic trade language. "Greetings, citizens of the galaxy. We are humanity, and we come in peace." The chamber fell silent, all eyes and sensory organs fixed on the holographic display showing the message. Humanity. The term was unfamiliar to most, though some of the more historically inclined representatives recalled ancient legends of a species from a distant, unremarkable solar system. Before anyone could react, the transmission continued. "We request an audience with the Galactic Council. Our ship, the UES Horizon, stands ready to receive your representatives. We assure you, we mean no harm." The audacity of the request sent fresh waves of shock through the assembly. Never in the history of the Council had a new species arrived with such a show of technological superiority and demanded immediate recognition. Xilax, sensing the growing unrest, made a swift decision. "I will go," he announced, his voice firm despite the trembling of his tentacles. "As head of this council, it is my duty to meet these humans." His declaration was met with a mixture of relief and concern. Some saw it as a brave diplomatic gesture, others as a foolhardy risk. Nevertheless, preparations began immediately for Xilax's journey to the UES Horizon. As a sleek diplomatic shuttle departed Arxon 9, escorted by a wary fleet of defensive craft, speculation ran rampant throughout the galactic community. Who were these humans? How had they developed such advanced technology without detection? And most importantly, what were their true intentions? The shuttle approached the massive human vessel, its size becoming even more apparent up close. Docking procedures were initiated, guided by an unseen force that effortlessly maneuvered the much smaller craft into a cavernous hangar bay. Xilax and his small entourage disembarked, their environmental suits designed to protect them from any potential biological hazards. They were greeted by a delegation of bipedal beings, their appearance as alien to Zelax as his was to them. A tall figure stepped forward, its features arranged in what Zelax's cultural database suggested was a gesture of welcome. Greetings, representatives of the Galactic Council. I am Captain Elena Vasquez of the United Earth Ship Horizon. Welcome aboard. Zelax extended a tentacle in greeting, marveling at the strange beings before him. I am Zelax, head of the Galactic Council. On behalf of the united species of this sector, I must ask, why have you come? Captain Vasquez's expression remained neutral, but there was a glint in her eyes that Zelax couldn't quite interpret. We have come, Zelax, to join the galactic community. Humanity has long dreamed of the stars, and now we are ready to take our place among them. As Zelax processed this declaration, he couldn't shake the feeling that the galaxy was on the brink of a momentous change. The arrival of humanity, with their incredible ship and unknown capabilities, marked the beginning of a new era. Whether it would be an age of wonder or one of conflict remained to be seen. The first contact had been made, and the fate of countless civilizations now hung in the balance. As Zelax prepared to delve deeper into discussions with these enigmatic humans, one thing was certain: the galaxy would never be the same again. First contact. The grand conference chamber aboard the UES Horizon hummed with an air of anticipation. Zelax and his entourage found themselves seated at an enormous circular table, facing the human delegation. The room itself was a marvel of engineering, with holographic displays lining the walls and a transparent ceiling offering a breathtaking view of the stars above. Captain Elena Vasquez took her place at the head of the table, flanked by an assortment of humans in various uniforms and attire. The diversity of their appearance was striking to Zelax, who was accustomed to more homogeneous species. Thank you for agreeing to this meeting, Vasquez began, her voice calm and measured. We understand our arrival has caused quite a stir. It's our hope that this discussion will allay any fears and pave the way for mutual understanding. Zelax's tentacles rippled with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. Your ship, Captain Vasquez, is unlike anything we've encountered. Its size and apparent technological sophistication are concerning to many in our community. Can you explain why you've arrived with such a formidable vessel? A tall, distinguished-looking human with silver hair leaned forward. I am Dr. Alexander Novak, chief scientist of the Horizon expedition. The size of our ship is necessitated by the nature of our journey. You see, we've come from a star system over 50,000 light-years from here. Murmurs of astonishment rippled through the alien delegation. Such a journey should have taken millennia with known FTL technology. Novak continued, the Horizon is not just a ship, but an ark of sorts. It carries a representation of Earth's biosphere, vast databanks of our knowledge and culture, and a population of 100,000 humans in both active and cryogenic states. The revelation sent shockwaves through the alien representatives. The implications were staggering. This wasn't just a ship, it was a mobile colony, capable of sustaining itself for generations if necessary. A Korath delegate, its crystalline form shimmering with agitation, spoke up. But why? Why undertake such a monumental journey? Captain Vasquez's expression turned solemn. Necessity and ambition in equal measure. Our home system faced environmental challenges that threatened our long-term survival. Rather than succumb to despair, we chose to reach for the stars, to seek new horizons, and ensure the continuation of our species. She paused, allowing her words to sink in. But more than that, we've come to learn, to grow, to become part of something greater than ourselves. Humanity has long theorized about extraterrestrial life. Now that we've confirmed its existence, we wish to join the galactic community as equals and contributors. Zelax processed this information, his highly evolved brain racing with the implications. Your technology, he ventured, it's clearly far beyond what most of our member species possess. How did you achieve such advancements in isolation? This time, a human with dark skin and piercing eyes stepped forward. Dr. Amara Okafor, head of engineering. She introduced herself. Our journey to the stars was born of necessity, but fueled by the very essence of what makes us human, our insatiable curiosity and our ability to innovate in the face of adversity. Dr. Okafor activated a holographic display, showing the technological evolution of humanity from the primitive to the cutting edge. We've had our share of setbacks and dark periods, but each challenge pushed us to new heights of ingenuity. Our FTL drive, for instance, was the result of a breakthrough in quantum entanglement theory that allowed us to fold space-time in ways previously thought impossible. The alien delegates watched in awe as the display showcased technologies that defied their understanding of physics. Artificial gravity generators that could manipulate mass on a stellar scale, energy shields capable of withstanding the fury of a supernova, and biological engineering that could terraform barren worlds in a matter of years. But it's not just our technology that defines us, Captain Vasquez interjected. It's our spirit, our diversity, our ability to unite in the face of overwhelming odds. Humanity is a tapestry of cultures, ideas, and perspectives. We believe this diversity is our greatest strength, and we hope to add our unique thread to the cosmic fabric of your galactic society. As if to emphasize this point, the human delegation presented a series of cultural exhibits: art that captured the raw beauty of Earth's landscapes, music that ranged from soul-stirring symphonies to pulsating tribal rhythms, and literature that explored the depths of the human condition. The aliens found themselves moved by the emotional resonance of these creations, sensing a kindred spirit in the human artistic expression. Yet, beneath the wonder and fascination, currents of unease still flowed. A Vixillian representative, its crystalline structure pulsing with wary energy, posed the question that lingered in many minds. Your capabilities are impressive, humans, but how can we be certain you won't use this power to dominate or subjugate other species? Captain Vasquez's response was immediate and firm. Our history is not without its dark chapters. We've learned harsh lessons about the consequences of aggression and exploitation. The very fact that we're here, seeking peaceful integration rather than conquest, should speak to our intentions. She stood, her posture radiating conviction. We come not to rule, but to cooperate, not to conquer, but to coexist. The vastness of the cosmos has taught us humility, and the diversity of life we've already encountered has shown us the value of harmony. We offer our knowledge, our resources, and our friendship to the galactic community. Zelax, who had been quietly observing, finally spoke. Your words are noble, Captain Vasquez. But words must be backed by actions. What assurances can you offer that humanity will abide by the laws and customs of our galactic society? A new figure stepped forward, an elderly human with wise eyes and a gentle demeanor. I am Ambassador Yuki Tanaka, she said, her voice soft but carrying authority. We propose a period of integration and cultural exchange. Allow us to establish an embassy on Arxon 9. In return, we invite representatives from your member species to live among us on the horizon. Let us learn from each other, build trust, and find common ground. The proposal hung in the air, a bridge extended across the gulf of interstellar misunderstanding. Zelax's tentacles writhed in contemplation, weighing the potential benefits against the risks. After what seemed like an eternity, Zelax spoke. Your proposal has merit, Ambassador Tanaka. I will present it to the full council for consideration. But know this, the eyes of the galaxy are upon you. Your every action will be scrutinized, your every word analyzed. The trust you seek must be earned. Captain Vasquez nodded solemnly. We understand and accept those terms. Humanity has crossed the vast expanse of space to be here. We are prepared to invest the time and effort necessary to build lasting relationships with our galactic neighbors. As the meeting drew to a close, both humans and aliens felt the weight of history upon them. The first contact had been made, initial fears addressed, and the foundations of understanding laid. Yet this was just the beginning. The true test of humanity's place in the cosmic order was yet to come. As Zelax and his delegation prepared to depart, Captain Vasquez offered a parting thought. We stand at the threshold of a new era. Together, we have the opportunity to forge a future brighter than any of us could achieve alone. Let this be the dawn of unprecedented cooperation and discovery." With those words echoing in their minds, the alien representatives left the horizon, carrying with them the hopes, dreams, and potential of humanity. The galaxy held its breath, waiting to see how this bold new chapter in cosmic history would unfold. Rising tensions. In the weeks following the historic first contact, the galactic community buzzed with activity. The arrival of humanity had sent ripples through every aspect of interstellar society, from politics and economics to culture and science. As promised, a human embassy had been established on Arxon 9, while delegates from various species had taken up residence aboard the UES Horizon. Yet, beneath the veneer of diplomatic niceties and cultural exchanges, tension simmered. The initial awe at humanity's technological prowess had given way to suspicion and fear among many alien races. The Galactic Council found itself divided, with factions forming around differing views on how to approach this new and potentially disruptive species. On Arxon 9, Ambassador Yuki Tanaka worked tirelessly to bridge the growing divide. Her days were filled with meetings, presentations, and negotiations, each interaction a delicate dance of diplomacy. Today, she found herself addressing a particularly contentious session of the council. "Esteemed representatives," Tanaka began, her voice calm but carrying an undercurrent of urgency. "I understand your concerns regarding humanity's rapid integration into galactic affairs. However, I assure you, our intentions remain peaceful and cooperative." A Zarkonian delegate, General Krazak, rose from his seat, his scaled skin glistening under the chamber's lights. "Peaceful," he scoffed, mandibles clicking in agitation. "Your kind arrives in a vessel that dwarfs our most powerful warships, bearing technology that outstrips our finest achievements. How are we to interpret this as anything but a show of force?" Murmurs of agreement rippled through the chamber. Tanaka took a deep breath, centering herself before responding. "The Horizon's size and capabilities are a product of the immense journey we undertook, not a statement of military might. We've been transparent about our technology, and have even offered to share advancements in medicine and environmental science." "And what do you ask in return?" challenged Farlox, a representative of the mercantile Korath Consortium. "Access to our markets, rights to our resources. We've seen the human delegates scouring our trade databases, asking questions about rare minerals and energy sources. It reeks of economic imperialism." Ambassador Tanaka fought to maintain her composure. "We seek fair trade and mutual benefit, nothing more. Humanity needs to establish itself in this new cosmic environment, yes, but not at the expense of others. Our inquiries are born of necessity and curiosity, not greed." As the debate raged on, light years away aboard the UES Horizon, Captain Elena Vasquez faced challenges of her own. The alien delegates hosted on the ship had been growing increasingly inquisitive, some might say invasive, in their exploration of human technology and culture. Captain, her XO, Commander Rajpatel, reported, "We've had another incident in the quantum computing lab. A Vexillian delegate attempted to interface directly with our AI cores. We contained the situation, but barely." Vasquez pinched the bridge of her nose, feeling the weight of command more heavily than ever. "Increase security protocols. Raj, we need to maintain our openness, but we can't risk compromising our systems." "There's more," Paddle continued, his expression grim. "We've intercepted communications suggesting that some species are considering a preemptive strike against us. They view the Horizon as too great a threat to be allowed free rein in the sector." The news hit Vasquez like a physical blow. This was exactly the scenario they had hoped to avoid. "Alert Ambassador Tanaka immediately, and prepare a statement for the Council. We need to reassure them that we have no hostile intentions." But reassurances were becoming harder to sell. Across the sector, fear and paranoia spread like wildfire. On frontier worlds and established planets alike, Populations demanded action against the human threat. Militaries were mobilized, defense grids reinforced, and in some cases, human scientists and diplomats found themselves facing restrictions or outright expulsion. The situation came to a head when a joint Zarkonian and Korath fleet took up position near the horizon, ostensibly for defensive purposes. The move was a clear provocation, one that threatened to escalate into open conflict. In an emergency session of the Galactic Council, Zilak struggled to maintain order. The chamber had devolved into chaos, with accusations and demands flying from all sides. It was in this moment of crisis that Ambassador Tanaka made a bold move. "Esteemed members of the Council," she called out, her voice cutting through the din. "I propose a solution that will address your concerns while demonstrating humanity's commitment to peace." The room fell silent, all attention focused on the human diplomat. "We will power down the Horizon's primary systems and submit to a full inspection by a neutral party. Furthermore, we will share the blueprints of our FTL drive with the Council, under the condition that this technology be used for the benefit of all species, not as a weapon." The proposal sent shockwaves through the Assembly. It was an unprecedented offer, one that would effectively place humanity's greatest technological advantage in the hands of the galactic community. General Krazak's eyes narrowed suspiciously. "And why should we trust this sudden generosity? What guarantee do we have that this isn't some ploy?" Tanaka's gaze met the Zarkonian's unflinchingly. "Because, General, trust must start somewhere. We are willing to take the first step, to make ourselves vulnerable in the name of peace. Will you meet us halfway?" As the Council debated the proposal, tensions aboard the Horizon reached a fever pitch. Captain Vasquez paced the bridge, acutely aware of the weapons trained on her ship from the alien fleet. "Captain," her communications officer called out, "we're receiving a transmission from the Zarkonian flagship. They're demanding our immediate surrender and disarmament." Vasquez felt the weight of history on her shoulders. Her next decision could determine the fate not just of her crew, but of humanity's place in the galaxy. She took a deep breath, steeling herself for what was to come. "Open a channel," she commanded, "to all ships in the sector. This is Captain Elena Vasquez of the UES Horizon. We came to this galaxy in peace, seeking cooperation and understanding. We have no desire for conflict. To prove our intentions, we will power down our primary systems and prepare for inspection, as per Ambassador Tanaka's proposal to the Council." She paused, her voice growing stronger with conviction. "But know this, while we seek peace, we are not defenseless. Any act of aggression against this ship or any human interest will be met with the full force of our capabilities. We extend the hand of friendship, but we will not hesitate to defend ourselves if threatened." As the Horizon's lights dimmed and its massive engines fell silent, the galaxy collectively held its breath. The next few moments would determine whether this first contact would lead to a new era of cooperation or plunge the sector into interstellar war. On Arxen 9, in the halls of the Galactic Council, and in the space surrounding the Horizon, all eyes were fixed on the massive human ship. The fate of multiple civilizations hung in the balance, with the actions of both humans and aliens in the coming hours set to shape the course of galactic history for generations to come. The tension was palpable, the future uncertain. But in this moment of crisis, the true nature of humanity, its capacity for both diplomacy and defiance, its willingness to trust, and its readiness to stand firm, was on full display for the galaxy to witness. The Zarkonian threat, the uneasy calm that settled over the sector in the wake of the UES Horizon's power down, was shattered mere days later. The Zarkonian Empire, long known for its aggressive expansion and militaristic culture, saw humanity's apparent vulnerability as an opportunity too tempting to ignore. In a shocking move that caught the Galactic Council off guard, the Zarkonians launched a massive assault on human diplomatic outposts and scientific missions scattered throughout the nearby systems. Their strike was swift and merciless, a clear message that they viewed humanity not as potential allies, but as a threat to be eliminated. On Arxen 9, the council chambers erupted into chaos as news of the attack spread. Ambassador Yuki Tanaka, her face ashen but her resolve unbroken, addressed the assembly. "This unprovoked aggression cannot stand," she declared, her voice carrying over the din. "Humanity came here in peace, but we will defend ourselves and our allies with every means at our disposal. We call upon the Council to condemn this action and join us in repelling the Zarkonian threat." The response was mixed. Some species, impressed by humanity's earlier show of trust, rallied to their defense. Others, still wary of human intentions, hesitated to get involved. A few, sensing an opportunity in the conflict, began to quietly align themselves with the Zarkonians. Aboard the UES Horizon, Captain Elena Vasquez faced the greatest challenge of her career. With primary systems still powered down and the inspection team only halfway through their work, the ship was in no state for combat. Status report. Vasquez barked as red alert klaxons blared throughout the vessel. Commander Raj Patel's fingers flew over holographic displays. Zarkonian battle groups detected on approach vectors. ETA 20 minutes. Our defense grid is at minimal power, and main engines are still offline. Vasquez's mind raced. They were outgunned and outnumbered, but she'd be damned if she'd let her ship fall without a fight. Initiate emergency protocol Lazarus. Get every available power source rerouted to essential systems. And someone get me Dr. Novak and Dr. Okafor. As the crew scrambled to prepare for battle, Dr. Alexander Novak and Dr. Amara Okafor arrived on the bridge, both looking grim but determined. "Captain," Novak began, "we might have a solution, but it's risky and untested." Okafor picked up the thread. "We've been working on a prototype quantum field generator. In theory, it could create a localized space-time distortion that would disable enemy ships without harming our allies." "In theory?" Vasquez raised an eyebrow. "We haven't had a chance to test it on this scale," Novak admitted. "The power requirements are enormous, and there's a non-zero chance it could tear a hole in the fabric of space-time." Vasquez weighed her options quickly. "The alternative is certain defeat. Do it, and pray it works." As the scientists rushed off to make final preparations, Vasquez opened a channel to the approaching Zarkonian fleet. "This is Captain Elena Vasquez of the UES Horizon. Your unprovoked attack on peaceful human outposts is an act of war. We demand your immediate withdrawal from this sector." The response came swiftly, General Krazek's scaled visage filling the view screen. "Your demands mean nothing, human. Your ship is crippled, your allies few. Surrender now, and we may yet show mercy." Vasquez's eyes hardened. "We will not surrender, General. Humanity has faced extinction before and survived. We didn't cross half a galaxy to be cowed by bullies and warmongers. This is your final warning. Withdraw or face the consequences." Krazek's laughter was cold and mirthless. Bold words from a doomed species. "Farewell, Captain. Your ship will make a fine trophy for the Empire." As the communication cut off, Vasquez turned to her crew. "This is it, people. Everything we've worked for, everything we've sacrificed, comes down to this moment. We are humanity's first, last, and only line of defense. Let's show these Zarkonians what we're made of." The next few minutes were a flurry of activity. Power was rerouted, weapons brought online, and the experimental quantum field generator prepped for activation. As the Zarkonian ships entered weapons range, tension on the bridge reached a fever pitch. Enemy ships launching fighters and charging weapons, Paddle reported, his voice steady despite the dire situation. Vasquez's grip tightened on her command chair. "Hold position. Wait for them to commit to the attack." The first volley of Zarkonian energy weapons streaked towards the horizon, only to be met by a hastily erected energy shield. The impact sent shudders through the massive ship, but the defenses held. "Now," Vasquez commanded, "activate the quantum field generator." For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, with a silent flash, that seemed to ripple through reality itself. A wave of distorted space-time expanded outward from the horizon. As it washed over the Zarkonian fleet, ships began to list and drift, their systems overwhelmed by the quantum fluctuations. "It's working." Okafor's voice came over the comm, a mix of excitement and disbelief. "The Zarkonian ships are losing power." But the victory was short-lived. Alarms blared as sensors detected a new threat. "Captain, we've got a problem," Patel warned. "The quantum field is destabilizing. It's creating micro-singularities throughout the sector." Vasquez's mind raced. The weapon had worked, but at what cost? If they didn't act fast, they could end up destroying the very sector they were trying to defend. "Dr. Novak, Dr. Okafor," she called out, "we need a solution. Now." The scientists' voices overlapped as they frantically discussed options. Finally, Novak spoke up. "We can use the Horizon's FTL drive to generate a controlled implosion. It should collapse the singularities. But what?" Vasquez pressed. Okafor finished the thought. "But it'll burn out our drive. We'll be stranded here, possibly for years." Vasquez didn't hesitate. "Do it. Saving lives is more important than our way home." As the Horizon's FTL drive spooled up for one final, heroic effort, the ship's sensors picked up new contacts entering the system. It was a mixed fleet of Galactic Council ships, led by none other than Zulax himself. "This is High Counselor Zulax to all combatants," the Arcturian's voice rang out. "By authority of the Galactic Council, I order an immediate cessation of hostilities. The Zarkonian Empire's actions have been deemed an illegal act of aggression, and the Council stands with humanity against this threat." As the Council fleet moved to secure the disabled Zarkonian ships, the Horizon unleashed its FTL burst. The fabric of space-time rippled and flexed, and for one heart-stopping moment, it seemed as if the entire sector might be torn apart. Then, with a final flash of energy, the micro-singularities collapsed, and calm returned to space. In the aftermath of the battle, as damage reports flooded in and the full scale of the conflict became clear, Captain Vasquez allowed herself a moment of quiet reflection. They had survived, against all odds. More than that, they had proven humanity's worth to the galactic community. But the cost had been high. The Horizon's FTL drive was indeed burned out, leaving Earth's greatest achievement stranded far from home. Yet as Vasquez looked out at the stars, she felt not despair, but hope. They had come to this galaxy seeking a new beginning, and though the path had been rocky, they had found it. As Council ships approached to render aid, and Zulax requested permission to board for urgent discussions, Vasquez squared her shoulders. The battle was over, but humanity's greatest challenge and greatest opportunity was just beginning. The galaxy was watching, waiting to see what these resourceful, determined newcomers would do next. With a small smile, Captain Elena Vasquez gave the order to welcome their new allies aboard. Whatever the future held, humanity would face it head-on, with the same spirit of innovation, courage, and cooperation that had brought them across the stars. A new era. In the months following the Zarkonian attack, the galactic landscape underwent a profound transformation. The UES Horizon, once viewed with suspicion and fear, had become a symbol of hope and unity. Its crew's actions during the battle had not only saved countless lives, but had also reshaped perceptions of humanity throughout the galaxy. On Arxen 9, the Galactic Council convened for a historic session. The chamber buzzed with anticipation as representatives from every member species gathered to address the recent events and chart a course for the future. High Counselor Zulax called the session to order, his tentacles waving solemnly. "Esteemed colleagues, we stand at a crossroads. The crisis we have weathered together has shown us both the dangers of mistrust and the power of cooperation. Today, we must decide how to move forward in this new era." Ambassador Yuki Tanaka took the floor, her presence commanding respect where once it had inspired wariness. "Honored representatives of the galaxy, humanity came to your stars seeking a new home and new allies. The path has been difficult, but through these trials, we have found something greater than we ever imagined. A true galactic community. She paused, her gaze sweeping the chamber. We propose a new initiative, the Galactic Cooperative for Advancement and Peace. Through this program, we will pool our knowledge, resources, and unique perspectives to tackle the greatest challenges facing our civilizations. The proposal sparked intense debate. Some species eagerly supported the idea, while others remained cautious. Yet the memory of humanity's sacrifice during the Zarkonian attack lingered in every mind. Varlox, the Korath representative, who had once accused humans of economic imperialism, now spoke in their favor. The humans have proven their worth and their word. Their technology saved us all, and now they offer to share it freely. We would be fools to reject such an opportunity. Even General Krazek, speaking from a detention cell via hologram, grudgingly admitted the humans' capabilities. They bested us with ingenuity where brute force would have failed. Perhaps there is something to learn from them after all. As the Council deliberated, activity aboard the UES Horizon reached a fevered pitch. Despite the loss of their FTL drive, the crew's spirit remained unbroken. If anything, the challenge of their situation had sparked a new wave of innovation. In the ship's main engineering bay, Dr. Amara Okafor led a team of human scientists and alien engineers in a groundbreaking project. The quantum field generator was just the beginning, she explained to Captain Vasquez during a progress briefing. By combining our understanding of space-time manipulation with Korath gravitic theory and Luminarian energy transfer principles, we're on the verge of creating a new form of propulsion altogether. Vasquez raised an eyebrow, intrigued. How soon can we expect results? Dr. Alexander Novak, his hair even more disheveled than usual, grinned with excitement. We've already successfully tested a prototype on a small scale. With the resources and expertise the Council is providing, we could have a full-scale drive ready within a year. The implications were staggering. Not only would the Horizon regain its ability to travel, but the new drive could revolutionize transportation throughout the galaxy. Meanwhile, human diplomats and scientists spread throughout the sector, exchanging knowledge and culture with dozens of species. On frontier worlds, human agricultural techniques were adapted to terraform once barren planets. In ancient alien universities, human art and literature sparked new philosophical movements. And in research centers across the galaxy, human and alien minds worked together to unlock the secrets of the universe. Back on Arxen 9, the Council's deliberations reached their conclusion. High Counselor Zilax rose to announce the decision. After much debate and careful consideration, the Galactic Council has voted to approve the formation of the Galactic Cooperative for Advancement and Peace. Furthermore, in recognition of their contributions and potential, we hereby extend an invitation to humanity to become full members of the Galactic Council. The chamber erupted in applause. Ambassador Tanaka, her eyes glistening with emotion, accepted the invitation on behalf of humanity. It was a moment that would be etched in the annals of galactic history. As news of the decision spread, celebrations broke out across the sector. On the horizon, Captain Vasquez addressed her crew, her voice carrying to every corner of the massive ship. When we left Earth, we carried with us the hopes and dreams of our entire species. We faced extinction, traversed half a galaxy, and overcame suspicion and hostility. Now we stand at the dawn of a new era, not just for humanity, but for all sentient beings in this vast cosmos. She paused, allowing her words to sink in. Our journey isn't over. In many ways, it's just beginning. We have new challenges to face, new frontiers to explore. But we face them not as outsiders, not as conquerors, but as part of a greater galactic family. Across the ship, humans and aliens alike cheered. The sound of celebration echoed through the halls, a testament to the bonds forged in crisis and strengthened in peace. In the years that followed, the galaxy entered an unprecedented age of progress and harmony. The Galactic Cooperative became a driving force for positive change, tackling everything from environmental restoration to the mysteries of dark matter. The UES Horizon, once a lonely ark carrying the legacy of Earth, became a symbol of unity and a hub of interstellar cooperation. Its halls, once populated solely by humans, now bustled with life forms from across the galaxy, all working together towards a brighter future. And humanity, the newcomers who had arrived in a ship that inspired awe and fear, found their true place among the stars. Their spirit of exploration, their capacity for innovation, and their ability to unite in the face of adversity had not only ensured their survival, but had elevated the entire galactic community. As Captain Elena Vasquez stood on the Horizon's observation deck, watching ships of myriad designs come and go against the backdrop of a star-studded sky, she reflected on the incredible journey that had brought them to this point. The massive ship that had once been seen as a monster was now a beacon of hope, a testament to what could be achieved when different cultures came together in pursuit of a common goal. The galaxy was vast and full of wonders, and humanity had found its home among them. The adventure was far from over. In fact, it was just beginning. With allies at their side and an entire universe to explore, the future stretched out before them, bright with promise and possibility. As a new shift of human and alien crew members filed onto the bridge, ready to chart a course towards unexplored sectors, Captain Vasquez smiled. The monster ship of humanity had arrived, not to conquer, but to connect. And in doing so, it had helped forge a galactic civilization greater than any single species could have imagined. The stars beckoned, and together, united in diversity, they would answer the call.